That is a behemoth fish right there. I mean, the thickness of this fish is unbelievable. Monster gator. Oh my lord. I mean, that's a giant. Look at this. Oh my god. Bye-bye, baby. Just a giant, man. Juicy walleye right there. Look at that. Wow. There we go. So, not the largest walleye, but pretty nice fish anyway. Just the beauty right there. The back on these fish is just incredible. Oh, there she goes. What a beauty. Wow. Look at that. Wow. Giant head on this thing. Way too big for its size. Wow. I think we're gonna give it a quick measure and then go. Come on. There we go. Took that eat seeker on the fall. There we go. This is gonna be an absolute giant. He absolutely smoked that thing on the fall. This is gonna be a giant fish. Big walleye. Yeah, this is a unit. Oh my, that's huge. That's huge walleye. Oh, it's a giant. Absolutely smoked that thing. Wow. Could be a 30. First 30 on the eat seeker, maybe. Oh, he popped off. He popped off. Oh no. That was an absolute monster, dude. Monster walleye. Oh, he absolutely crushed that eat seeker. Wow. That's the most painful thing ever. It sucks. Right beside the boat. Oh, he was being so weird. I couldn't get him in the net. Damn, that sucks. Oh, we keep going, I guess. He's coming for that jig and minnow. Got him. He took that. So I gave it a few pops. It didn't seem like he wanted it on the pops. So I started to drag that jig and minnow on bottom, and he committed to it. So this is gonna be a really big walleye. I mean, it's gonna be an absolute giant walleye. So I'm gonna pull out the bump board. This fish is gonna be huge, and it's gonna be our first big walleye of the day. He is fighting really hard. Gotta keep that tight. Oh, it's a huge walleye. That's a massive walleye. Oh my God. That's a behemoth. Let's go. All right, all right, all right. Get over here, buddy. Not giving up. It's an absolute tank of a fish. Look at this. Look at that dino. Wow. Thick, really thick fish. My remote's stuck in the net. Get over here, buddy. Oh, wow. That's a giant. Whale. That is an absolute whale of a fish. And so it's gonna be probably our first 30. Looks like just an absolute giant right there. Look at the size of this walleye right here. Oh my God. That is a behemoth fish right there. Wow. I mean, the thickness of this fish is unbelievable. So let's give her a quick measure. Okay. Wow. Okay, so that's 29 and a quarter. Actually 29 and a, yeah, 29 and a quarter, not 29 and a half. But the build on this fish is just incredible. Look at the back on that fish. Look at that thing. That's an absolute beast right there. Wow. Beauty. Right there. Look at that. All right, now we're gonna let her back. Look at this fish. Oh, wow. Just the beauty right there. The back on these fish is just incredible. There's giants. Give him some time to recover. He should go no problem. Oh, there she goes. What a beauty. Wow. Incredible. So those giants just never get old, really, and the humpback on that fish was unreal. So yeah, these bait fish are coming into large schools. Water temps are dropping. Fish are feeding heavily. You'll find anywhere you find the really big bait balls of bait fish, you'll find huge smallies, huge walleye, and other predatory fish. So this area seems to have a whole bunch of bait fish just stacked in huge schools, and the smallies are absolutely going crazy around here. I've already hooked into some 4+ pound smallies here just playing around with them, and yeah, they're very aggressive. Oh, you bit it. Pick that up off bottom. Super slow drag on bottom. You just inhaled that thing. Not a 30. It's big actually. No, yeah, definitely not a 30, but giant. That clear water looks insane. Oh, there we go. There's one right there. Beauty. He smoked that thing though. That's about 26 right there. So not the largest walleye, but pretty nice fish anyway. Let's get him back quick. Oh wow. He did not want to stay in the boat. Look at him going down there. Oh my, he's gone. Beauty. Here we go. There we go. They just wanted it fast, aggressive, and small. This is gonna be an absolute giant. And I actually tied this bait up myself at home. So that makes it so much more special, really. This is gonna be an absolute unit. Giant walleye. I mean, look at the size of this thing. It's an absolute behemoth. Watch this thing. Giant, right there. Wow. They look so good in that clear water. Look at this. Wow, look at that gold. There we go. Just a beautiful fish right there. Look at this. Crushed. That hair jig, that's my own hair jig. I tied that up myself. But look at that walleye right there. Holy, that is a beauty. It's not 30. I don't think it's 30, but it's just another beautiful fish. And let's see how big she is. That is 28 on the dot. 28 on the dot. So, just another beauty.
Yeah, so I thought I'd maybe go over my bait selection process on this trip because to me, I think it was pretty interesting. So you saw the first fish that I lost, which was on a glide bait, the Element Custom Baits Eat Seeker. And it was a giant. It was unfortunate that I lost the fish. It was close to 30 inches, if not over for sure. But the point here is that first fish really keyed me into the fact that these fish might have been interested in that reaction style bait as opposed to something more subtle like a jig and a minnow, which I also threw throughout this trip and really found that they weren't very interested in that jig and minnow presentation. Whether I was dragging or popping it off bottom, they didn't really seem to want it as much. So I continued with that reaction style bite, trying to break it down and see exactly what they wanted. So I did throw the Element Custom Baits Eat Seeker for a while. They seemed interested, but I was getting limited bites, or usually I have a lot of success on it, but these really, really big Great Lakes fish can be very, very picky. So I kind of switched through multiple different reaction style baits, such as like the rattle baits, snapping those off bottom. I even tried blade baits and the Berkeley finisher, which ultimately clued me into what I should be throwing. So while using the Berkeley finisher, I did notice that the fish really liked these reaction style baits on the upstroke. On that initial pop, they would be absolutely chasing it upwards on those upward pops. But when it came to that downward movement, the fall of the actual bait itself, I found that at least the Berkeley finisher just really did not fall fast enough for these fish. It seemed like they were very slowly trailing it downwards, but they were not definitely not committing to the bait. So it looked like, in my eyes, while watching the live scope, I believe that the bait just simply was not falling fast enough for them. They were able to come close to it, investigate it, and really turn them off. This clear water, they can absolutely see everything. And so I really wanted to give them some sort of presentation that would really go fast on those upstrokes, but also fall very rapidly downwards, just to give them that little time to even see what they're even following, not even to fully analyze what they're about to bite. And so I thought that this bucktail jig that I tied on would be the absolutely perfect bait for this. So the bucktail jig, very slender, very flowy in the water column, minimal horizontal left to right movement, which was also something that I noticed they weren't really into. They did not want a bait that was moving too much left and too much right. They really wanted something that was just up and down and streamlined towards the boat. And so I thought the bucktail jig perfectly fulfilled this role, and it's not a bait I throw often, and I don't even think many people even use it this way. The way that I was snapping it in throughout this trip was pretty ridiculous, but it is what they wanted. And so what I'll say is, with LiveScope, we're able to see exactly how these fish are reacting to our baits, and remember to use LiveScope to your full advantage and really analyze what these fish like. Put the pieces together, and ultimately you'll come to a bait or some sort of movement that these fish are into that you could absolutely capitalize on to really get more bites. As you'll see throughout the trip, the bucktail jig really pulled its weight and secured many bites for me throughout the trip.
Oh, yeah, he's down there, man. Oh, man. Oh, that's a giant. Fighting so hard. There he is. Oh, yes. Let's go. That's a beast. That is a beast. Wow. Look at the size of this thing. Just an absolute unit of a Walter. Look at that beautiful fish right there. Let's give him a measure. It is 28 3/4. Actually, yeah, just below 29. 28 3/4. Look at the size of the unit right here. Wow. All right. I think he needs to go back, so let's get him back. Oh, wow, look at that gold. Wow. Let's go. It's a beauty. Give him some time. He fought hard. Bye-bye. Look at that. Go, baby. There she goes. And she's gone. Beauty. Awesome. When you're fishing that reaction bite, those pop, 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 whether you're using a jigging Rap or rattle bait or whatever else, it always catches you off guard when you pop and there's a fish on the end of the line. It's a really good feeling. Just have to plug in the camera, make sure it doesn't die. good walleye. That's a big fish. It's funny how different the fight is on a big walleye compared to an average sized walleye. There we go. Another one bites the dust. Look at this fish. That's another juicy walleye right there. Look at that. Wow. All right, let's give him a quick look again with that fin up, and then we're gonna give him a quick measure. But look at that fish. Wow. Okay, buddy. That is 27 and a quarter. And I mean, look at the fin on this thing. Wow. Popping it up for us. Mean looking walleye. All right. We're gonna get him back now. Look at that golden fish in that clear water. Just unbelievable. Wow. Just beautiful. Oof. Feisty. You can still see her going down. That's awesome. Nice fish. There we go. Take that on the fall, baby. Awesome. It's gonna be another nice walleye. Look at this. Wow. Crazy head shakes. About to see color. Oh, yeah, he crushed that thing. Beauty. Oh, he just popped off. Oh, that sucks. Well, I was horsing it a little too hard, but yeah. The drag is not bad. But yeah, he did pop off. It wasn't 30. I think it was like around 27, 28. But nice fish anyways. So another one.
Yeah, so this audio clip does not have any audio, so I thought I'd take the time to talk about my approach to these schools of walleye. Throughout the day, I did notice that catching one fish or taking one fish off of a school with the more aggressive, snappy, and fast approach would spook the rest of the school. And so I decided to try and get a fish on a more subtle presentation first, and then try and work those fish again with that more snappy presentation. So essentially, I'd be picking off two fish off a school, off a small wolf pack, instead of just one. So right here, you see me using a jackhaul drift fry, which is a very subtle presentation. And if you've never used this bait, it's phenomenal. I can't suggest it enough. It's just a tiny minnow presentation that allows you to shake it very effectively. It has a very nice motion in the water, and so right here I have hooked into the first walleye of the pack using that presentation, and I believe in the next clip you'll see me hook into a second fish from this exact same school using that more aggressive approach. I always find that these more finicky fish, you'll catch one on one presentation and it'll be very difficult to catch a second fish on that exact same presentation. So often I'll switch to a different presentation, likely something more aggressive, to get that reaction bite out of them. So yeah, just something that you guys might want to keep in the back of your minds. The next time you see a school of fish that's somewhat finicky, if you catch them on one bait and they don't want to hit that same bait again, you can switch to a more aggressive presentation, and then hopefully you can get a second one to commit to that second presentation.
Look at that fish right there. Wow. That's just a giant, man. Let's give it a measure before we let him get back. Okay, buddy, that's all right. That is 30 and a quarter right there. Holy moly. Look at this fish. Oh, wow. She's just gone, man. What a beauty right there. Wow. There we go. Took that thing. See how aggressive I'm working that bait? Look at that fish. Beauty right there. So golden. Wow. Just incredible. Look at that. Just another beauty right there. Mean looking. Let's see. Oh, he's feisty. He's chomping down with his teeth. He is 24 3/4. So, let's get him back. Oh, bye, buddy. Thanks for that fight. Awesome. Yeah, awesome. Forgot to press record, unfortunately, but yeah, we're hooked up. Again, crazy reaction bite. These fish will not hit absolutely anything in my tackle box, and believe me, I've got just about every single bait you could probably think of. So these fish are just super negative, super negative. The only way I've managed to be able to get a bite is either dragging just a minnow and letting it sit on bottom so slow, and even that doesn't even really work very well, or extremely fast, extremely snappy reaction bite. This fish is so heavy. I mean, this is gonna be a giant walleye, dude. Huge walleye. And this is gonna be an absolute monster. Man, holy. I mean, I don't think I've ever had a fight with a walleye this long in my entire life, to be honest. He won't let me bring him up. This is gonna be massive. Big time over 30. Huge, huge fish. Oh wow, look at the size of this monster. Look at that fish. Look at this behemoth. Oh my God. Oh my, not the biggest I've seen, but holy Christ, that's big. Absolutely choked that bait, dude. What an absolute behemoth, dude. Look at that. Wow. It's an absolute giant. Let's give it a quick measure on the bump. 30 and a half inch walleye right there. 30 and a half. And let's get it back. Look at this beauty right here. Look at that. Bye-bye. Oh my God. What a beauty. That's awesome. There we go. And we got him on the graph shots. First graph shots fit a walleye. It's a nice fish. Gonna be a good one. That's a nice walleye. Look at the size of this walleye. Look at that walleye right there. Wow, choked that graph shots. Absolutely smoked that thing. Oh, look at that fish, it's so thick. Beauty. Wow. I think we're gonna give it a quick measure and let him go. $26 and a half. And yeah, let's let this go back in the water right here. Wow. Look at that gold. See you, girl. That's awesome. That's a pike. It's a pike or muskie. It's looking, that thing looks huge. Probably a pike. Feel his teeth. Might have to follow him. That's an absolute unit. Oh my God, that's a giant. It's an absolute behemoth of a fish. That thing is huge. My God, he's not giving up. I'm gonna have some trouble fitting this guy in the net, to be honest. Oh my God, that's huge. Wow, he's so thick. Look at him. It's actually a little smaller than I thought, but still really big. Super thick. I mean, the thickness on this guy is insane. He's hooked really well. Look at this. Look at that thing. Oh my. That's a unit. Oh wow. That's an absolute behemoth. Look at the size of that thing. Oh my. He's angry. The thickness on him is crazy. Look at the size of this absolute monster gator. Oh my Lord. I mean, that's a giant. Let's get him on the bump board. Yeah. Oh my God, he almost jumped out of the boat. That's 40. Jesus. $42.5. That fish is 42.5 inches long. I mean, the girth is unbelievable. Look at this. Look at that fish. 42.5. Yeah, right there is 42.5. This fish is just so much energy. This guy wants to jump out of the water. I mean, out of the boat. Yeah, giant. All right, let's get him back. Look at the size of the smallmouth. Oh my God, look at that. Wow. Giant right there. Gonna give him some time. He fought a long battle. I think he wants to go. Oh yeah. Look at this. Oh my God. Bye-bye, baby. And back. Oh my, he just bolted once he got under the boat. Where is he? Maybe we can see him on this side. Oh, there he is, going down right there. Oh, what a creature. Oh, wow, he just put the jetpack on. Awesome. Holy, 42.5, that was a giant. I mean, the girth on him was unbelievable. What a beauty. There we go. Big walleye. There we go. Not a giant. But a walleye nonetheless. Beauty. Not the most pretty walleye. He's been beat up. He's been through a lot, looks like. Yeah, if you guys don't know why these fish are so scarred like this, like right there, let me turn towards the sun so you can actually see what I'm talking about. So a lot of the fish, a lot of the walleye on the Great Lakes, because they relate to bottom a lot, and the zebra mussels all over the bottom scratch the sides of the fish. So look at that. It's not uncommon to see something like this in a walleye. But yeah, that's what it's from. And a nice little walleye right here. I'd say probably like 26. Let's give him a measure. Probably not even actually. Actually, yeah, 26 on the dot. Yeah, mouth closed. Just below 26. Oh no, yeah, it is 26. Just over 26 actually, once I straightened it out. So yeah, just another beautiful walleye right there. Come on. There we go. Saw that fish 110 out. Pitched at him. Got him to bite. That's gonna be a good fish. Staying down like crazy. Yeah, he's fighting really hard. He does not want to come up. Seems these fish fight a little bit harder as the water gets cold. Oh, we got some color. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Wow. Alright, I'm gonna deal with this guy, and then we'll see how big she is. There's a lure stuck on my net. Don't want to lose that. I'm just gonna get him here like this. There we go. Look at that. Look at that giant. That's a beauty right there. Wow. Alright. And he absolutely smoked that bait. I mean, it's choked. Nothing better than this. Okay, look at that thing. You can get that fin up for me, buddy? Sometimes if you scratch their bellies, they'll get that fin up, like this guy, a little bit. But, yeah. Let's get this big girl back in the water here. Actually, we never gave her a measure, so let's throw her on the bump. That is 28 and a half, just above. But yeah, Let's get her back. Look at that fish. Wow. Look at that sunset. Look at that fish. Wow. She's gone. Just like that. Awesome, awesome fish. Well, another trip comes to an end, and no complaints, that's for sure. Every time I get out on these big bodies of water, the goal is always to hook into a new PB, of course. I'm assuming it's probably the same for everyone else. That didn't happen this trip, but fortunately, we did hook into multiple fish in the 30-inch class, and few in the upper 20s, so no complaints, that's for sure. And it's crazy how built different the fish on Lake Huron are. I mean, they're so golden, beefy, healthy, it's awesome. And when you set the hook into them, they just dog you. They fight so hard, especially once that water starts to cool a little bit. It's just unbelievable how hard they fight. And by no means was the bite easy. We worked very, very hard for them. I mean, you have to probably cast at least 50 fish to get one to bite. So they weren't very willing to bite easily, I'd say. I threw everything from rattle baits, jigging wraps, plastics, Berkeley finishers, live baits. So I had salted minnows, live minnows, night crawlers. I tried everything, and there was nothing really that triggered them consistently. So I will say most of the bites came on a reaction bite. So ripping hard, ripping fast. That seemed to be the most consistent, but by no means was it easy. So it was a good trip nevertheless. And if you like this video, like down below, click that subscribe button for more big fish, and I'll see you guys out on the next one. Oh my gosh, did you see that guy bolt up? That's a big pike. Oh, there we go. I'm on. Nice gold walleye right there. There we go. Yeah, I just let it sit. Oh, this is giant, bro. Oh, man. Man, we've been casting all day for these fish. Tried absolutely everything. And they would not hit anything. So I put on a salty, let it sit in front of their face, and this guy just crushed it. Giant head on this thing. Way too big for its size. Wow, look at that fish. Beauty. Look at that. Absolute giant right there. There he goes. Felt him kick, so I let him go. Didn't want to hold him if I didn't have to. But yeah, there he is.